Let's just get it. Hey, it's DSC. We're back. Episode number 56. It's your boy Prez.
And your boy Cash. What's going on, good people? Welcome back to another show. Man, we got to be upbeat today, man. I'm man. Just four straight episodes of... you know what I mean? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, y'all. I understand what's going on out there, but... we're going to touch on these things nevertheless.
We're going to speak on them.
We're going to speak on it, but we're going to speak on some things that make us happy as well because, you know, as much as this is something that we like to do for y'all, it's for us as well. And this is part of our self-care as well. So, and again, you know, rest in peace to Rayshard Brooks and George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, you know, and Ahmaud Arbery and everyone else who has lost their life to senseless circumstances. Yeah, the senseless circumstances, Prez. But man, with that said, man, you wanna dive in deep immediately so we can get that out, get this you know.
Yeah. Let's go on and jump
get
in.
To this.
We're gonna go ahead and get it that way. But I mean, like I'm trying to just steer back and get something a little bit upbeat for a change, man. Like, I mean, we constantly hearing about this. We definitely want to speak on it. It's definitely a big part of what we think about, like on the daily, what we're talking about on the daily. But there's some other things that's going on. We want to try to just reach out a little bit. But let's touch on it. Rayshard Brooks.
So, I mean, you guys are familiar with the story if you're listening by now. But if you been sleeping under a rock or you don't have social media, yet another black man was gunned down this past weekend. And what I got to say about that, Prez, is a whole lot because everything isn't always a simple black and white, isn't a simple black and white thing. You know what I mean? Because so many layers happen in this instance. And if you haven't watched the video, I don't blame you. If you're tired of seeing black men die on video, I don't blame you. But I watched the video. And I think that it could have been avoided even with all the things that were done wrong by Rayshard in terms of, you know, not drinking and driving, but being in the car while he's drunk, sleeping in the car, trying to to fight with the police officers.
He gave him
tussling. Yeah, he did. He did gave it.
Drunk and gave it.
Yeah. So, you know, he did that. So he did do a lot of things wrong in that scenario. Get it. Totally fine with that. And up until yesterday, Prez, when I had a conversation with my, I guess you can call her my sister-in-law, Chanel, she made me see it in a different light. And I started thinking about it a little bit more in terms of, she said, yeah, I agree with you, but I can give you plenty of instances in which people, in terms of other white people, been taken for less, you know what I mean? And they still have their lives.
Oh, yeah. Let's not get it twisted. Like, I totally believe that. I believe what we was hitting on, I think a little bit of the pride thing came into it. He can say what he want to. That's the way I believe. Like, he was able to sit there, have a conversation with him. Yeah, he was drunk and everything, but, like, you had already checked him for a weapon, tussle with him, drunk dude snuffed you, took your weapon, your taser, ran off. Like, what was I just don't get the point of shooting. I don't get the point why you shot him unless you just didn't want to be the fact that he like hit you. Because you got his car, you had already talked to him, you got his address. So at anything, if he ran away, put a warrant out, you got his car, tow it, like it's gonna be trouble regardless for him. Like when he sober up, like he'll figure
lock his ass up for everything that he did. Not abusing an officer, but getting physical with an officer, essentially having a DUI. Like lock his ass up, but he lives to see another day, and that's the thing, man. It's kind of like that it's kind of like qualified immunity to me. You know what I'm saying?
Qualified immunity. Oh,
yeah,
hold up. You gotta explain that one. I don't know what you're talking about here.
He wasn't qualified to live.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's qualified to live?
I would think somebody who is non-threatening, which is possibly a white male. Like you can see countless videos, countless examples of white males who have done the same or worse, and they ended up with their lives. Now, I'm sure there is examples of where some of them have died, but I'm just saying more often than not, I see where white males live. And again, like I said, dude was totally wrong. I saw him taking the taser. I saw him point the taser at the police officer. At that point, with so much going on, that's where I say this isn't a simple open and shut case. The only thing I will say is, like, when I compare it to it happening to other people, that same type of scenario, they just let him take flight. You know what I mean? And they're going to come back and chase him down, put an APB out.
Like, he fell asleep in the car. Like, he's not about to run no 20 mile on you, bro.
Yeah, he already fucked up. He drunk. Like, and and that's the other thing, like drunks, people who are mentally disabled and all these different type of things. Like, I know that they get training to deal with these type of instances, Prez. And the thing is, when you do that and you get that type of training, I expect you to act on it. With that said, man, I still feel like just because this is a case that's kind of convoluted, that has many different layers, that we got to stay focused on the task, which is how can, in 5 to 10 years, or maybe even less, how could that same different officer in different scenario operate a little bit differently to not be scared of that black man in that instance?
Well, first you need to go to the gym. Got like two guys could take out one drunk one, but yeah, I mean, but that leads perfectly into where I think, like, Dave Chappelle. Did you watch that?
Yeah. Oh, and then one last thing before we get into the Dave Chappelle, the cop has been fired since then. So that's all Mayor Keisha, I believe her name is Keisha Bottoms, and Atlanta can do is fire the cop. She can't do any type of legal proceedings or anything like that. But at the very least, he's fired. He's no longer a police officer. And Prez, they recently passed a code of conduct specifically dealing with what has been happening in America the last couple. We're in Germany, by the way, folks. That's why we keep saying America. But in the U.S., they just passed something in Atlanta PD, talking about all these things and how to act, code of conduct. So for this to happen on the heels of George Floyd's death and how volatile it is, she did what she needed to do and acted swiftly, and I commend her for that. A lot of mayors, mayors for that matter, haven't in the past. So I commend her for that, and we'll see where that goes legally.
Come on. Is he the mayor or governor?
He's the governor.
So the governor of New York, like, I think that leads right back right into this one. Like, he was saying that they're gonna get full disclosure of these reports. I think that's
about time.
That's gonna open it up. And the attorney general is gonna see all the cases for cops now.
Yes.
Not going to the local judges and stuff like this. Not gonna keep that system going. So I think that needs to be stretched out, like across the nation.
All the states. Yeah. Then also North Carolina just ruled on opening up some criminal cases for 100 inmates on death row to relook at their case. So I think that's a big win, in spite of what they were charged with. So for 100 cases to be looked at, and you don't know what's going to happen from it, but at the same time, I'm kind of encouraged for if people are innocent and they're behind bars, or if they're behind bars on some trumped up charges, hope they get home and, we can see if they're a changed member of society.
Yeah. But what we've been going, it's been like a couple of 3-4 weeks now of these protests, like, been going on.
Yeah. You got to keep it going.
It don't seem like it's going to stop, but you see it is like enacting change. It's getting change brought about. People are starting to be held accountable. New laws are getting passed. Stuff is getting reworked. So I got a positive outlook on that portion.
Yeah.
Like, things are changing. I just don't think we need to stop now, though.
Yeah.
Like, don't the protest, and it's more that work that could be done.
Shout out to all the youngins that's out there leading the charge, man, because, of course, you got a lot of celebrities. You got a lot of different corporations, organizations putting out statements here and there, but the real heroes are on the front lines. And, yeah, we ain't forget about the pandemic that we happen to be a part of, so shout out to all my fellow medics, officers, and essential workers out there as well. People are doing this all in the middle of a pandemic, and, we got to keep our foot on the gas and keep going because, how long did the sit-ins last? How long did the bus rides last when you're talking about all these different type of things from history? It wasn't just a week or two. Like, you got to keep going. And if you got a little fire in your belly as a result of all this that's happening, I know we are. I think you put together like a visual, or one of your coworkers put together a visual.
They helping out on that stuff.
Yeah, and it's just so we can
enact change through the way I can, getting people together, talking. Let's come up with some fixed actions even in our job and stuff.
And I'll definitely be there just to hear what people got to say and hug it out, whatever we got to do to vent these things, because still of course work is talking about it. But they talked about it one day and that was it, and sent out a few emails on it. And I'm not saying you got to bring it up every day, because I don't even want to talk about it to you every day, Perez, because when we were talking in pre-production, we ain't even want to talk about this today.
No.
But we have a responsibility to at least touch on it and say something and not, you know what I mean? Because this is what we talk about, life. This is part of life right now. So,
and we telling everybody else to use their platform. So how would we be? We can't be hypocrites in that nature and not using our platform to continue to talk on it. So, Dave Chappelle.
GOAT.
846.
GOAT.
Man, how do you put out something that's not funny, but that makes it funny?
Man,
why do we have to have a comedian to tell us what's real?
Because he don't lie to us. Like he said, he don't lie to us. He give you everything in plain view. It may not be funny. You may not like it. It may be vulgar. But often at times when he gets to the point of the joke, and sometimes it's not even a joke. It's just it's reality.
Yeah.
It's like reality rap. Like, it's just like, oh shit, that shit hit you right in the face. And it's like, oh, okay. I see what you were doing there, Dave.
You fell for this long. That's how you feel. Like,
right, just real talk.
Yeah.
Real talking you to death. And, he just had his pad. It was just so, like, did you notice that he was just telling jokes and following his notes on his pad? Like, nobody does that.
Yeah.
In comedy. Like, you have your routine lined up. But he was just so casual, cool. You didn't even think about that. He had that joint at his crib. He put that together for people to just come by and just give him a good time in the midst of all this, Hey,
if that's how they do in Ohio, I may be moving to Ohio, bro.
Hey, you on your own with that. I've been there several times. No, shout out to my old Ohioans. I don't know if that's what you call, but yeah, ain't nothing I want to be around.
But you get the Dave Chappelle show every now and again.
Hey, Dave traveled the world. I get to see him whenever he. I've seen him before. I've seen him in Idaho. If I could see him in Idaho, I could see him anywhere.
But if you haven't checked that out, definitely check out 846. It's Dave Chappelle hitting you with some real life stuff that throws in a couple jokes up in there. Wait
a minute. We ain't say nothing about this actual you have to be sleeping under a rock, because when I viewed it today just to like kind of take some notes before we came on, it was at 19 million views. So if you haven't watched it yet, shame on you, or cut it off and you may want to fast forward another 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we about to let these jokes fly.
So how you snuck into Azalea Banks?
Yo, how he so in touch? How he so in touch with that? Like, Azalea Banks is such a speck on the rap map. It's like, how? Like, why is she still being brought up?
Thing talking about, oh yeah, he had an affair with me, and so he snuck it up in there.
Oh yeah, Dave was a part of that. Dave was one of the people that she was airing out.
Can't keep your mouth shut.
Even Azalea Banks. Oh man.
Oh man, I have it.
And then he even snuck in Ja Rule.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. Who cares what Ja Rule thinks at a time like this? But I like how he tied that in with like, yo, there's real soldiers out on the front line doing all the work. Yeah. Like, who gives a shit what I think? Like, I don't even give a shit what I think at this time. So it's just, man, there's the genius in it. Like, I was thinking the same thing. I never thought, I didn't care what LeBron had to say. I didn't care what any of the sports figures had to say. I cared about what these lawmakers and these people that's in position to make change got to say. Like, other than that.
But he's still recognizing using his platform and will address it. Well, you think you want to get some jokes? You got some real life stuff thrown at you.
Yeah, it was amazing, man. And then, you know, of course, he got deep with the the Kobe tribute on 8/24 and his birthday, and then 8/46 in terms of when he was born with George Floyd. So, man, yeah, he just brought it back, and I probably laughed like twice throughout the whole thing. To be honest with you,
like, I like how he was going with that, and I think you know how like people just make the story fit them.
Yeah.
I think
you gonna fact check Dave.
I like how he did that, but I'm like, both of those are just too convenient. But it could have been so convenient. That's why I really hit him. But man, I don't know. You tell jokes for a living, bro. I don't know if I can trust that as the truth.
Yeah, and then the Christopher Droner whole bit. I'm not saying that was hilarious what he did when he actually carried out the assassinations on those on the police, but I like how Dave kind of flipped it back to say like, "Yo, man, this is a dude that did everything right, everything you want him to do, break the blue code of justice or whatever.
Stop the person from abusing their power, reported it, and then he get fired. Like how?
Yeah. So yeah, he did that, and yeah, look up Christopher Droner and his memoir, and Dave was in his memoir, and
he said somebody else was in there too.
Oh yeah, Kevin Hart. Yeah, I like their little feud, but they really mess with each other for real. But they always like saying some slick shit whenever they get a chance to, man. But yeah, I mean, great special. Clocking in at 27 minutes. So I watched it all over again, like probably like 2 hours later.
Oh, I done watched it like 3 times.
Yeah. I was on my 3rd time today. So yeah, it was a really dope.
Hey, when all this said and done, though, can we get like a Kings of Comedy redone, like with the New Elites or something like that? Can we get something similar to that? Like, I just want to laugh at it. Like,
yeah, at this time.
all this done, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to help us out on that.
Yeah, at this time or whenever things open back up, man, I would love to see that, man. Dave, Kevin, who else is?
I would still put DL on there.
Yeah, especially with what he's doing in this lane right now. Like, DL is definitely one of the podcasts that I follow and listen to with his YouTube show. So he's dope, man. I not that I didn't know he was that smart, but he has his views, man, and most of them I agree with to a certain degree. But yeah, DL would be another for me, and I don't know who would be the last person.
I don't know who would be the other people. Like it's something out there though, you know. I ain't seen nothing from Lil Duval in a minute. I don't just know if he really like do stand up like that.
Yeah, he still does. That's like his main thing, man. That's all he does is do stand up. But it's like, you know, he out here, man. He just doesn't really put that on blast. But
yeah, I see him on all the other stuff. I'm saying I ain't never seen like one of his like.
He hasn't had the big special yet. Yeah. Yep. So.
Moving on.
What's next? All
right, so let's switch it to a little bit of sports, man.
All right. Where we at? Where we starting with that?
Let's start with NASCAR.
What's his name?
Gotta applaud these guys.
About damn time. I mean, I ain't applauding shit. It should have been happened.
It should have.
But we taking advantage of the moment. So.
And they was up. They doing things right. At least they coming out and acknowledging. They should have never had it there in the first place.
Exactly.
They should have never had it there in the first place. Let me backtrack. People call me out. They should have never had it there backtrack. But like, if they can admit that they got to take down this Confederate stuff, like, why ain't everybody else jumping up ship? Like, hey, let's end all these schools that's named after these Confederate members. Like, I went to Robbie E. Lee Elementary. Bro, that's crazy. No way that school should still be named.
Yeah.
Not in 2020.
Yeah, my man Nick sent me some shit that pissed me off. We get right back to the sports, but he sent me like some 10 U.S. Army bases that's named after Confederate leaders. So I read that thing and I had to go back to work. Like, man, what, Nick? Why you show me this shit? You know what? You don't even think about it because I think you're just trying to prosper. Even if you're stationed at one of these bases, you like, man, I just got so many other battles to deal with. Like, that's not even one of them. But back to the NASCAR thing, man.
Yeah. So I think they moving that step in the right direction. It was the one guy that came out this week too. He was just like,
bum, scrub.
I'm quitting because of the Confederate practice.
No, you quitting because you can't win. You quitting because you a bum. He ain't win no race yet. He talking about I'm retiring. Well, we wouldn't miss you anyway.
I don't think he got enough money to retire, bro.
Yeah,
like he ain't winning nothing.
I don't watch NASCAR, so I ain't even gonna begin to tell you. I mean, yay, you know, but. I mean, I'm happy for the one black driver. What's his name? Bubba. Yeah, Bubba. Look, that's how you know we up on things. You could tell we don't watch
the Black Lives Matter truck.
Yeah. That's all I know, man.
So, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't watching NASCAR like that.
Tight car.
They keep these movies up, man. They may get a watch out of me. And right now, ain't nothing else on. So.
Yeah, Bubba just gained his biggest fan.
Yeah,
biggest
athlete
fan
of the year, right there.
Yeah, there you go. Damn LeBron, damn anything else.
Hey,
Bubba.
They ain't playing right now. They ain't playing.
LeBron
Bubba out here.
Bubba out here. Bubba say, hey, take them Confederate flags off them cars. Next day, statement out. I ain't never seen LeBron pull that.
Yeah.
Hey, Bubba might be athlete of the year, man.
Yeah. Then we got Dabo Swinney.
Man,
what you think about what's happening over there at Clemson?
Fuck Dabo, man. I got nothing on Dabo. I don't even want to have that conversation. Like he does all this backtracking and what he talks about and then tries to say he's there for the players, but you're not even understanding their plight. I'm off Dabo.
I understand. I think it's like his boy. He trying to cover for his boy, but your boy got to be gone, bro. Like y'all can still be boys.
Yeah, but
he ain't on his team no more. Like you need to.
Yeah,
then I don't know if I want to play for you if you backing that up. I don't care. Like you try to put it in the context. Da.
Yeah, stop tap dancing.
Just do this out there. I don't see him. Like when did he apologize to that guy at the minute when he realized he was wrong? No, didn't happen.
Just keep on trying to walk around it, talk around it, dance around it instead of calling the ugly baby ugly, man. You just got to call it for what it is and keep it pushing.
Yeah. So I think all these schools though, they're gonna start if they don't play this year, it's gonna come back, hit them kind of hard in the pockets, and then if these players actually start moving to different schools or start. I think the basketball player.
Mikey. Mikey Williams was talking about that. He high school phenom.
If they not giving the respect and not doing all this stuff, I could definitely see that. Like black coaches still ain't getting the look at like they need in the NFL. What if they took instead of going to these other big schools, they just went back to the HBCU and start pulling all these other talents back?
Yeah, you have to rough it out and tough it out, and everybody would have to stand as one on that because here's the thing, Prez, the overall thing I would think is like the facilities, the opportunities, and all these different type of things. Like you have to have that gall within you to put that on your back for that school. Because if you want everything handed to you and a pipeline to the NFL and you think you going, all you got to do is be on the right path, you may not trust going to a HBCU, man. And that's going. I'm just keeping it real. Yeah. But Mikey Williams was high school basketball player. I think he's a freshman right now. Should be class of 2023. He posted something about trying to empower the college athlete to go to a HBCU to give them that clout that they need. And maybe it may not be where you want to be right now as far as all the bells and whistles, but long term, you may be building a foundation for other players that live in those Florida International University, those Clark Atlanta and Grambling and all these other HBCUs. And you may be able to be laying the bricks down for other people to follow for years to come. Eventually, those will be the schools to be at, but we can take our talents there. Like it's just a matter of doing it.
Yep. And then, but he's still like 2 years out.
Yeah. I mean, he said he's considering it. He said he's considering it.
He's 2 years out, so we'll see how it come out.
But the fact that's on his mind, though.
Speaking about 2 years out, though, NFL. Did we talk about somebody who was like 2 years out from a contract, got signed like recently ahead of time? Who was it?
McCaffrey?
Oh, McCaffrey. So let's talk about these other players who on like run heavy teams now coming out. Dalvin Cook, shout out.
Yeah, man. Hey.
So it's a little truth up in there, huh?
He trying to get his money, man.
Trying to get his money. Derrick Henry still ain't got his.
Still ain't got signed. Use him up, then we gonna wait for you to come back into us. Yeah. And that's really what it is. And Derrick Henry's in an even better situation as far as winning wise. Like they just came off a playoff run.
Yep.
Upset.
Well, you got to think of like Minnesota, the Vikings. They was run heavy this year, doing everything off the pass. That's why old boy left. Didn't he?
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Wasn't getting the ball. So, but yeah, man. I think the NFL is definitely backtracking and trying to do some things right after years of, blackballing Kaepernick. So the $250 million that they're donating. Hold
up before you go there. The Kaepernick. What's your thoughts on Kaepernick?
Like just overall situation.
Should he come back? Like, should they have him back in the league? Or?
My pride, I would say, my pride wouldn't let me, but that's just me. Mm-hmm. Because if you didn't want me to play in your league, you took a settlement as well for undisclosed amount. So if I got that settlement and they didn't want me back in the league, I'm not sure that if everybody was conspiring to do that against me, I don't know who to trust as far as owners. And again, I'm coming for that number one spot. I want to come start. So unless I have a real opportunity to do that, I'm not trying to come in as a backup because you kept me out for the last 2 years. I probably wouldn't be a backup right now if you didn't keep me out. So why would I want to come back into that situation and have to work my way back up as if I did something wrong? That's Keith. That's just me.
Yeah, but like you gotta realize, like that's the one that they continue to talk about. But it was other players that were still kneeling after that fact that they are still like
they got jobs. They got jobs.
Like
other people
ended up getting like booted out, like because he was still protesting throughout that time frame, switching from team to team.
Eric Reed was too, but he done bounced to different teams. So I think it's all in what you can do for that team. You know what I mean? And that narrative that's forever been put out there about Cap as far as maybe he can't play or he's not that accurate. You've heard them all the excuses they've been given. Like all those things come into play. So with all that said, like I said, I couldn't come back and do it. But to be the bigger man and be the voice and the face and actively be playing it. But then again, not only that, when he comes back in, now he got to play well.
Nah, not necessarily.
You don't think so?
I think he can still be a good well, I was gonna say like you were saying like he wasn't all that talk. He was still better than most. Like a lot of these players that would be like backup quarterbacks and stuff like this. I still think to this day he better than Mitch Trubisky. Ain't no way you could tell me Mitch Trubisky is better than Colin Kaepernick.
Mitch Trubisky ain't better than a lot of people. I mean, he's probably the bottom 5 quarterback in the league right now. But I digress.
Well, Josh Rosen, come on. I'm not seeing it on these guys.
But where does he? Just off the top of your head, if you got one, where does he land if he did come back?
I don't think I think he's gonna have an uphill battle. Like I said, I think he's gonna have to be like a second string or a third string and then work his way back up. Because I guarantee, as much as we want to believe like he's ready, I guarantee he ain't conditioning and up to playing. Like dude been away from the game for a while.
And that's with anybody. That's with anybody. You got, but for game shape for a quarterback, like how much game shape do you got to be in? I mean, now if that's blasphemy to all my sports fans that's watching or listening, let me know.
I honestly don't know his conditioning and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I know like ain't many of these athletes when they step away like that, they still hitting the gym and everything as hard like they're gonna be playing the next day. They're gonna take it back a little bit. I'm pretty sure he can step it back up and get into that type of shape, but I highly doubt that he's like ready now. That's what I'm saying. Now, and I don't want him to go into a situation where they just throw him in there and he's the starter, and then like, look, I told y'all.
Yeah.
Like I would want him to work his way back up there and get into that playing shape and end on his terms.
For sure. Yeah, I get it.
NFL donated $250 million.
Again, like you
over
said,
10 years.
Like you said, Perez, that's a start. But now you want to see the details, right?
Did they change the Redskins' name yet?
You gotta stop saying the name though.
I gotta stop.
You gotta stop saying the name. The Washington team. It's the Washington team.
The Washington team. Have they changed the Washington team name?
Nope. Not yet.
They get no kudos from me at all.
Yeah, they still gotta do that because that's still rather disrespectful, like we say. So I'm sure Perez is gonna say that every week or anytime we talk about the NFL.
Until they change that, I'm not letting y'all do it.
How do you feel about the deal itself, though? Because you asked for that last week when we were talking about it, like as far as these corporations and what they can do. You kind of mentioned them long term. So now what do you want to see past this?
Well, it's a lot better than I think they donated $50 million the last time when Cap really started this. So you had the money then. So like it's overdue anyway. Like you should have been giving it this and like helping out when it was brought up the first time. Like I said, and I got to see action. Like the money is like you can just throw the money and like run.
Where is it going?
We know how much money the NFL is. Like the biggest thing in America. Like so.
That's even with things we support, Perez. Yeah. Like anything, like all right, I know people gonna say stuff when I say this, but just like Black Lives Matter, who the hell run Black Lives Matter? Where's my money going to when I send it to Black Lives Matter? Like I want to see receipts. Like I need to know. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong.
It's going to the cause.
I signed
it's going to the cause.
What cause? Where? Shit, I need to see receipts. My money is valuable, man. I ain't got it like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to lobby to change up the Washington team name.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I just want to see receipts, NFL. Kudos to you for jumping on board, but you just now getting to where you need to be. So let's put this money where it needs to go into these inner cities. Get revitalize some of these basketball courts, these football fields, baseball fields, Boys and Girls Club. I came up in the Boys and Girls Club.
How about this? Y'all get behind and support these NCAA players and actually pay them.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all got
they doing
power.
Well, they able to use their likeness now.
But NFL got enough pull. They could have made that happen a long time ago.
Yeah, it's the pipeline.
But y'all know y'all using that as like an amateur sport to like get up here. You ain't letting the XFLs, you ain't letting the AAFs like survive. Hey, give it if you're gonna keep the college thing going. Let's go ahead and change these and let our players get paid.
But like I was saying with the Boys and Girls Club and all that stuff, like I'm an advocate for that. I wouldn't be the ping pong legend.
Yo, he got a trophy for real.
Hey, I would.
He constantly throws.
I wouldn't be the ping pong and pool legend. Like if you want to come test me, you know what I'm saying. Look at my appearance. I know it's biases. You know what I'm saying. Backwards hat, black dude. What he looking like? Oh boy, I would serve any one of y'all fools out here in ping pong. So come see me, man. But I wouldn't be shit without opening that up from Boys and Girls Club.
All right, Forrest Gump. What we got on the music side, man?
I bet. Yeah. So for the music, man, there was nothing that came out last week. So that's always a good thing because music is coming out so rapidly. I never have a chance to fully catch up to things. The only reason I think I listen to as much as I listen to now, and I don't lie to you now that I say, yeah, I'm going to listen to it. But I never listen to it. It's because we got the pod and I have to listen to it.
Yeah, we got to be out there.
Because I got to listen to it.
You got to at least skim through it. You know what I mean? You got to give it that first listen. So.
So yeah, before I forget, Prez, what we got coming up the end of June, the last Saturday in June. I don't know if we're doing a live event. We haven't decided yet, but
let's go ahead and make a decision. Yep, we're gonna do it live.
We're gonna do it live.
We're gonna do it live.
Okay.
Come there, you can watch us
cool.
do it. Like that'll be the uncut one.
Unfiltered, yeah, and then we'll cut it down.
It up and actually put it on YouTube and put out the audio later on. But if you want to come watch us live,
for sure.
We ain't got time. We'll get the time for you, but we know the date.
Yeah. It's the last Saturday of June. Is what, June 29th? I think. Whatever the last day of Saturday is, that's what we looking to do it. And
we're gonna team up with Iggy again.
Iggy from Loudmouth.
We're gonna do the mid-year look back. So we're gonna give like top 5 albums. Top 5 albums. I think we're gonna do top 5 songs as well.
Yeah, like songs and
we're gonna go in depth on them, talk about them, tell you why you should listen. What you really been missing out.
We got to get the ladies involved too, man. I need to get you and Iggy on this R&B thing, man. So I want to open it up to some R&B.
Yeah, man, Usher.
Hey, man, look, you've been slipping on your R&B, so I mean, you got some time. You got about 2 weeks, 2 weeks to get it together, man. But there's some.
So what we're gonna do for R&B? 2 albums then? Top 2, or we gotta get top 5?
I got a top 5. All right, for you.
We'll top 5 on R&B as well. You heard it here.
I got top 5 for your head top.
A lot of albums to catch up on. Thank you for making me work.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. There's a lot of fire out there, man, and not all the raunchy stuff. Because I know you old school and like to be in love and listen to your R&B.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah. So what do we have coming out this week? Well, we had a lot of songs coming out that was
So we asked these artists to make music on the times and something relevant and what's going on. But a lot of you old heads, me and Prez in our latter 30s, but we still avid hip hop listeners. But a lot of you old heads that's like us, you got few kids now. You don't really even know that albums come out every Friday, which they do. Not Tuesday anymore. And they actually on your DSPs now. They're not in Best Buy or anything. So, but with that said, man, there's been some fire that came out lately in terms of just stuff with the times, Black Lives,
like riding for the cause,
police brutality, dealing with all that
riding for the cause music.
And we're gonna put the playlist together. That for sure will be in the show notes. I've been lying to you guys the last couple of weeks and say I'm gonna put something in the show notes, and by the time I edit and do everything, I forget. Blame it on my mind, not my heart. But yeah, what's the joints we got, Prez? I'll let you lead because you listen to a few of these a little bit more than me.
Yeah. So you had YG come out with FTP. You had
what FTP stand for?
Man, you know what it stands for. What did NWA say it stand for?
There you go.
Yeah. Hey. So
I love the police though. I just don't like what some of y'all do.
But he gonna have to start. Like you can't put the FT in front of everything. Like come on, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to branch out a little bit. Let's get a little bit more creative, YG. But I'm feeling it. Then you had T Grizz, Mr. Officer. Really feeling that, man. Like I wasn't expecting T Grizz to come out and drop something. Well, you know what? I kind of was.
Yeah, and light of what he been going through.
Yeah. And that one's, I like it definitely. He got like a choir singing on that with him, Mr. Officer.
Yeah,
man.
I dig that.
Definitely digging that one. T.I. had one with who was this?
What is T.I.? Oh, Nasty C. I don't know who Nasty C is.
Nasty C.
Yeah.
Probably got an R&B album somewhere. But that one was good. I know what people think about T.I. now.
Why they canceling? Yo, we out the loop. Like I'm on social media, but I'm out the loop, man. Somebody let me know why T.I. being canceled. I've heard this because he's fake woke and the Wakanda Atlanta thing, which was pretty funny. I thought it was corny, but nevertheless, man, I mess with T.I., man. Y'all let T.I. off the hook, man.
We trying to build Wakanda in Atlanta? Hold up, I'm way off.
But yeah, he called it. He called it Wakanda or something with Atlanta in it. It was pretty corny, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then you had Buddy. He dropped one. It was Black 2. And then you had In the Days. Oh, that one was fire. In the Days with
Spillage Village, JD and Earth Gang.
Oh man, that one.
Yeah, I hope they come out with that album.
Yeah.
They need to do that album ASAP.
And then you had Lil Baby, the bigger picture, bro.
That stole the show. That stole the show.
He killed it. Like he was kind of drowning all the other ones. Like he had the video to go along with it too.
I told you that man could rap.
Man, I'm mad that he had that intro in that song.
You still won't let it go. How you won't let go of this damn intro, man? Like let it go, man. The album came out 3-4 months ago.
I told you I went back and
you like the deluxe. You like the album.
Yeah.
Let the intro go, man. Let it go.
Go back and fix the intro on your deluxe.
Goodness.
I ain't feeling the
He can't. Where you going to drop a deluxe? Ain't
hey,
no
drop
more.
this as your intro. That'll get me hype. I'll come from there like,
Hey, they do it all the time with these albums now. They go back and rearrange things.
it.
Pull a Kanye.
Yeah.
You know, put out a whole different album. You know, whatever. whatever.
I ain't checking no Kanye.
No. You was just checking for him last week when he donated that money.
I said I will give him his props, and I would say people can go start doing right.
Go back and listen to episode 55. He was pro Kanye last week.
I was not pro Kanye. I'm pretty sure. Like, dude, come
I'm
on.
fucking with you. I'm messing with you.
Hold on. Kids See Ghost was
That was a Kid Cudi album.
But it was Kanye man.
Being carried.
Yeah. Fine. I still like that
yeah.
album. I stumbled across something else new, man. Like, I don't know how I stumbled across this, but this cat Knowledge, spelled weird. KNXWLEDGE.
Yeah. We gonna put it in the notes so y'all don't have to figure it out.
Meek Volume 6. So what he doing? He got like all these like old Meek freestyles, his battle rap, and he put some beats behind them. Some good production. Yeah. Man, it just flows. Like I just been listening at that.
It's if you like sped up soul samples and that type of vibe, you gonna love this.
Ninth one.
Yeah, you gonna love this.
Yeah.
You gonna love this. I caught myself when you sent it to me. I just was listening to it for the rest of the day, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is kind of dope." And this was like early Hungry Meek. So if you're a Meek Mill fan, check that out.
And that was Volume 6. So like I just slept on that. I like had a bunch to go back and look at it. Like so, it's like volume. Like got 5 other volumes out there for it too. So.
Oh, and no, he also came out with a recent one too. That's probably like, as far as all these what's this playlist you said you gonna call it? You forgot that quick? Yeah, whatever playlist we decide to call this, or all these songs we calling out. Meek got a recent one called "The Other Side of America."
For the movement. That's what
for the movement playlist, and "The Other Side of America." It's cool. It's cool. I ain't really feeling it. I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be real with you. He ain't get me like. Well, I think it's because I heard it after I heard Lil Baby song.
Yeah, that was like no. I heard it before, but then Lil Baby came out like not too.
So that's even worse.
And then it was just like.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
I had a little time to sit with the other songs as they dropped the T Grizz and all those. So
yeah.
And then the End of Days, I think that was the last one to come out. Like it came out with everything.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's cool. I just don't like it because it sounds like most Meek Mill stuff, and then he had the 45 intro and all that, and I was like, I'm not really feeling this. It didn't like seem like anything that was too earth shattering for me. Like okay. But outside of that, though, these last 3 artists I've been bumping lately. Boldy James album, The Price of Tea in China. He's from Detroit. This album is with Alchemist. So if you're a real hip hop head and you've been listening all year, Alchemist just did something with Freddie Gibbs. He did something with Conway of Griselda. Alchemist been killing shit lately. So there's no different with this Boldy James joint. So he got that slow flow, and he just over soulful Alchemist beats, and it's magic on wax, man. Charlie Smarts, he has a dope album, but in particular, I'm liking the song Penthouse from his album. So check out the latest Charlie Smarts album. I forget the name of it, but I'll post it for you guys. Then last but not least, I've been running that Mozzie back.
Oh yeah, man. I ain't never left the playlist for me. That's a rotation. I listen to that at least once a week.
Yeah, I listened to that whole thing today, and I was like, yeah, this is. He's trying to get in my top 5 albums so far 2020. Like he's trying to creep in, and he just might. I don't know.
Sue Surf dropped a mixtape too on that pill. Like
oh really?
Like last week or the week.
Okay, yeah. How is it sounding?
Oh, I like it.
Oh, is he like talking a lot of what's going on right now type thing, or is it just consistent Sue Surf?
Consistent.
Okay, drug talk and all right, I like that too.
Yeah.
I like that too. Hey, listen, man. I like Pusha T. If y'all ain't see our last live event, you know what I'm saying, where I was defending Pusha T. Look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. If that same old whack ass jump shot keep falling, keep on shooting it. You know what I'm saying? The people ain't tired of it. I'm not.
Awkward,
all right. Yeah, I ain't tired of it. You know what I mean? And last but not least, So we're going to send a poll out there for you all. We got about 10 classic albums from the 2000s. We trying to get back to just doing a review of the classics and just reliving, the time and period we were in when we were listening to that album, going back over it, saying, hey, did it last the test of time? Is it not that good? Did it not age well? But we still going to cover it regardless because it's a classic. So we got quite a few albums out there. We're going to throw that out there on Instagram and see what you guys vote for, or at least give us some of your classics from the 2000s. We might even knock one of ours out if it's one that we actually forgot.
So are we voting? We're gonna do like the deep dive on.
See which one they want to listen. Yeah, see which one they want to listen to first. As far as a pod, see us break that down, and we'll go from there. So whatever get the top 3 votes, that's the next 3 we gonna put out.
Okay.
And then
we coming up with ideas. We trying to just throw stuff out there because ain't really like no sports unless y'all want us here to talk about NASCAR, which we really don't know nothing about.
Shout out to my man Bubba.
we know that's getting kind of dry. We love the music thing, so we right at home on that, talking about that. So we're trying to get back to. If y'all got any other ideas that we come to, we know like basketball. Who knows if it's gonna come back? Kyrie Irving just trying to shut it all down for no reason. Don't know why.
Do you like? So what you? Yeah, what you? I'm like, yo, man, everybody, we want to see hoop, man. Like, I understand you down for the cause, Kyrie, but you can hoop and be down for the cause too. Like, if there's one thing to be concerned about, the facilities, and all those other things that's going on, but come on, Kyrie, chill out, man. I understand. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. What's happening in society is important, but I really don't see all 450 of y'all players out there doing the same thing. Everybody ain't got the Kyrie pockets, Kyrie.
Yeah, and I can definitely see what he's saying. If people could actually go to these games, but these games ain't nobody going to be out there anyway, so these people can still go out there and keep doing what they need.
And then the motherfucker's injured. He's not playing again this season, fam. Cool out with the woke shit. Like, all right, man, we get it. You for the cause, I'm for the people too. But I want to see some damn basketball, man. Sheesh.
Hey, if it don't happen, my Lakers still the champ, so.
They don't even have the best record in the league. What are you talking about?
We the champs.
You talking about? It's the Bucks, baby.
We the champs.
Speaking of, I had this hat backwards all day. Paper champs, right here, baby. Paper champs.
Hey, I think it's episode 43. There's rules to this.
Yeah, man.
I think you're definitely breaking them.
No. I was just wearing the hat because I was trying to match.
I think you're definitely.
I was trying to match. Shout out to Black Code. You know what I'm saying, for the T-shirt. But yeah, man. I was just trying to match, man.
I haven't seen you like wear anything. Are you Brooklyn Nets or are you the Knicks? Like which one are you? Knicks put out a statement this week.
Yeah. I know they try to clean it up. It's like, I mean, I like pain and I like my relationships to be up and down, and I think I like to be in pain.
So where's that gear though?
It's downstairs. When the season open back
in the
up.
Basement.
No.
The gear's in the basement.
Firmly in the closet, baby. Firmly in the closet.
Hey, I told you gotta like burn that, get rid of it. Like,
I'm not burning.
Just stay in the basement for you
Listen,
to bring
man.
back out.
Yo,
like,
I break up all the time with the Knicks, man. Like we get back together, you know what I'm saying? We mess around and get LaMelo, then I may be back. You know what I'm saying? I may be back for good. Right now we slated for 6th pick, as it stands. But the balls, may go our way as far as the draft. So you never know, man. You never know. It can't happen 2 times in a row. We jacked it up last year.
Do you not know New York?
Yeah, we got bad luck, man. Look, man, I got too many New York Knicks things, man. I can't get this up, man. Even though from Brooklyn by way of Lower East Side, because I know my goddamn brother always said, "You ain't from Brooklyn, you're from Lower East Side." I'm like, whatever, nigga. Anyway,
so you gotta explain this. Then how the Eagles fall in?
Oh, Randall Cunningham had a black quarterback. That's easy.
Oh, so that you support that black quarterback?
I support all black lives.
All right, we'll end it on that one.
All right, man. So once again, shout out to our patrons. If you don't know what patrons is or Patreon is, what is it, Prez?
So it's a platform that actually if you like the show, it's a way to donate, like a tip jar. That's what the best way I can explain it. It's a tip jar for us so we can continue buying and like upgrading the stuff up in here. Keep bringing you a better audio and visual show. So we got a couple of members right now. Like,
yeah, we got so we'll start from the top with we got Corey the Foundation. Mm-hmm. We got my man Bird. What happened to that boy? Our first 2 Patreons. We have 2 new ones. We got my man, not my man, but my homegirl, Quay, who just signed up. And then we got my man.
We got Lucius Aloysius Jackson.
Yes, yes, we do. Yes, we do. And
thank you, Errol.
Yeah, and last but not least, we got my man Manuel. He was just on the Entrepreneurial Mindset episode. What number was that? It was like 2 episodes ago, 2 or 3 episodes ago, where he was talking about the trucking industry. Yeah. We do so much now. You know, we do so much. We
throw out these mini pods.
Yeah,
we did like about 100 of these things by now. I know.
Yeah. Now we almost at 70, bro. Like, to be honest with you, with all the mini pods. So we grinding. I don't think we taking a week off in a minute.
So we definitely appreciate that support on Patreon, like we saying. For those who don't want to donate no money, please, if you're liking this, spread the word a little bit.
Yeah, we want you to share it. I mean, more important than the money, like that's not what we about. Like we do want you to share it.
Review us, please. Like give us the 5 stars if you can. That's where you feel that we at. If you're on YouTube, if you watch the video, even if you just go in there for a second, give us a thumbs up so we can move up in those numbers. Start
whatever you can
podcast
do.
Really, as listener wise.
Yeah, just last week we did a mini pod in response to a very detailed question that one of our listeners had, and we put it out because we felt it was necessary to answer that question. That could be you too, and you can be providing quality content as a result. So we not above doing that as well. You don't have to necessarily be a patron. If you just give us a thought-provoking question or idea, we'll take that and run with it, and we'll figure something out to repay you for some content.
Yeah, and I mean that's too simple for us to just hit up and just give a quick response and put that out. Like, I mean, definitely appreciate the question. That's what we anybody else who's gonna leave a comment and questions, we're gonna try to get to them as quickly as possible. So.
All right, and we got anything else on there to get to?
No.
All right, just like that, we out. DSC.